I've been asked just recently about how do I use my iPhone 5 to feed audio output and all this stuff that I test all the time. Good question. So how it works, I'm going to explain to you exactly how it works. But first, before I do so, I want to explain to you the difference between the digital and the analog output plugs on the bottom of this phone. You can look high and low anywhere you want. You're not going to find anything that's going to do what the digital plug does on the analog side or the analog to the digital. And what that means is, unlike the older versions like the iPhone 4, you could take this one proprietary plug this in, and this would do the data transfer as well as you would have analog audio and video outputs all in one single plug. Okay? Now, this one here, iPhone 5, you'll notice that there's a transfer plug right here, and you'll see that there's the usual 3.5mm plug, which there was on the iPhone 4. However, this was in addition to what the old iPhone 4 model does. This one here, this plug, this lightning cable plug is what it's called, this can only do transfers and charging. That's it. If you want audio functionality, this is just still your plug, the 3.5mm. That's all it can ever do. Now, if you have the older version 4 and down later, or standard iPods with the single long proprietary plug such as this, you can always get one of these adapters and you can do your charging and your audio video outputs no problemo. However, keeping it on the iPhone 5 version and later, the lightning cable, not going to work. And now also, when you want to take your audio and feed your audio output into your equipment, there is no other way to do it except for utilizing the low-level RCA preamp outputs or a 3.5mm auxiliary plug such as this one here, which is commonly found on the bottom of any and all iPod 5 versions and later. Okay? So, just for instance, I want to show you what the actual output on this is, showing you on the multimeter right there. Now, I'm just going to hit play. Now you can see just how low, I mean that's 0.00, I mean it's almost nothing. That is the level of the audio output that you're finding on a standard iPhone or an iPad. That's why it's an absolute must. You have to use an adapter like this and boost the audio through the source of an external amplifier such as this. It'll take this low-level RCA audio input, composite output, and then you can adjust the level outputs on this, giving you your standard speaker level outputs. That's the way it needs to happen. So with respect to the iPhones, if you're going to charge it, make sure you're using the proprietary digital plug right here for audio. Make sure you're always using the 3.5mm, go to RCAs, and it's just that simple. Like I said, if you have the older version, 4 or later, 3, 2, you know, the original, the big one with the big old wheel on it, whatever, these things work awesome. Absolutely awesome. I still use these things myself, but for simplicity's sake, I just use the iPhone 5 because it's my little toy. And that's really all there is to it. So if you're doing RCA outputs, this is how it's done. 3.5mm to RCAs, we sell these on the site, or you can get these just about anywhere these days. These things are everywhere. Even at the gas station. You go to the deli, you can get one. I mean, everybody's selling these things. So cheap, simple, quick. This is how it's done. They work wonderful on home audio, car audio, motorcycles. I'm going to do a review on a motorcycle audio system where I'm going to use an integration similar to this. So that's how it's done. That's how it works. Just that easy.